Why everyone hates Pokimane by Curse. That's pretty cursed. There's not much to say why people dislike Pokimane. There's a lot of reasons to dislike her. First of all, she's kind of a commie, but at the same time, she's like, tax the rich, but not me. I'm not that rich, but I'm still rich, so please don't tax me. I'm the good rich. That's what she does. The cookie incident. The cookie incident. If you're just broke, just say so. Where she sold cookies that were like, you could get them like for half the price on like some in some supermarket, in some grocery store. She said the gamer word a couple of times. She also uses her being a woman as like a as like a shield for criticism. Oh, you don't like me because I'm a woman? Nobody cares. Let's go.
So recently, I've been scrolling through the internet.
Hold up.
And I realized that a lot of people hate Pokimane. And when I say hate Pokimane, I mean they wrote entire essays on Twitter about her, and her mentions basically look like this.
Yeah, they also called her like, Pokimane also got rid of its Gundam sponsors. I hate motherfuckers that go after people's sponsors. If you don't agree with someone, just leave the... Just at least leave them alone. Don't go after somebody's sponsors. This is a pussy move. You have zero balls. And the sponsors that drop somebody based on false outrage, I'm gonna say this here. There's two of them that I know right now that did this. Go fuck yourself. The only thing you're doing is if you drop somebody's sponsor, if you drop somebody over outrage, is you are showing that you will drop me if I don't share your opinion. Therefore, why should I be sponsored by you?
Fight back! Fight back! So yeah, let's get into how this first started. On April 20th, Drama Alert posted a video on Twitter titled Pokimane ranting about the ultra rich. And because of this video, she started receiving a lot of hate.
Do you think someday we'll have a revolution like that in America? Right? It's getting there, right?
We already have one.
Another one.
What's going on?
The wealth disparity is getting bad.
The wage gap, I hate that.
No, wealth disparity.
Wealth disparity.
Wage gap is like between men and women. Men and women, we love each other.
Facts.
And we hate the rich. Anyways.
We hate the rich. You are the rich.
Before this video continues,
Bitch, you are the rich. She's really just like, eat the rich, but not me. I'm a good rich person. Shut the fuck up. You hate poor people. I can tell. I know you hate poor people based on your cookies. That are really bad. That aren't even that good. From what he said about the sponsor, the company was so huge in the game industry. The fact that he couldn't even name it tells you how big that sponsor was. Yeah, that was pretty big. In this case, I think Crime Boss was it. Really just like a who? Really just like a who company. They made that game, and Kirsche picked that game up, liked it, streamed it, which most of its revenue came from Kirsche liking it and streaming it, and they dropped her over a new Vice article about her. And now that game is cooked forever, because nobody's playing that shit show. Do you know that Rin Penrose dropped gamer subs effective immediately? Yeah, probably. It's either because of Cinder, or it's because of Kirsche. I find it funny though. I'm gonna straight up say this. This is not an airport. You don't need to announce this. You only announced it, and you were a coward in not even saying why you've dropped gamer subs, and that's virtue signaling. I can tell it's virtue signaling. You have no balls. I hate her so much. Oh my god, she's insufferable. She absolutely is.
I just want to do a simple Google search. What is Pokimane's net worth? Her net worth is estimated at around $25 million.
Yeah, 25 million USD. Yeah, I'm not rich.
Wage gap is like between men and women. Men and women, we love each other.
Facts.
And we hate the rich.
Now, personally, I'm gonna consider somebody with a 3 million net worth to be rich. I mean, 3 million is a lot of money, but 25? What does she mean she hates the rich? She is the rich. What does she think, she's one of us? It's like that one Spider-Man meme where they're pointing at themselves and like one side is we hate the rich and the other side is her. But I will play the full clip so you guys can get the full context.
Women. Men and women, we love each other.
Facts.
And we hate the rich. Anyways. Too much.
Aren't you the rich?
No!
Bro pointed it out. Bro pointed it out. Bro pointed it out, and she's like, no. 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 I don't know, with 25 million USD? I don't know. Look at her. That face. That could be a... If that wasn't daylight, that could be a great meme. That could be a great meme, not gonna lie. What do you mean? No, I'm not rich. 25 million USD, that's like barely above poverty. What the fuck, bro? Yeah, but like you can't really say too much because contacts and giant companies have too much power. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I just hope it was because of Cinder, not because of Kirsche, at least for Rin. Because that's a doo-doo move, not gonna lie.
Like the ultra rich, the ultra giga rich, the
You have to
unnecessarily
clarify.
rich.
They're gonna clip that and it's gonna make you look bad.
Oh,
You
the
gotta
ultra
say
giga
you
rich.
gotta say the billionaires.
The billionaires.
you are rich.
The Bezos.
You can't be saying that.
I am. I'm rich in friendship.
Yes.
So yeah, that was the full clip that was posted to Drama Alert, even though it didn't change anything I said.
Do we think bro gets pussy? I think he gets none.
Pokimane, in a nutshell, was basically asking somebody off screen if there will be a revolution against the rich in America, even though she is literally the rich in America. And that is where the backlash started from, because on the original Drama Alert posts, people were pretty mad. And besides the over-the-top, very rude comments, I think people in the comments were even speculating that she makes around $100 to $500K a month. And obviously that's nowhere close to Elon Musk money, because I'm pretty sure he makes a couple billion a month. But even if that is true, Pokimane's income is still in the top 1%. So to suggest she isn't a part of the rich or ultra rich is just insane to me. And it's even more insane to me for her to suggest that if there was a revolution, she wouldn't be on the other side of it. After this clip of her went viral.
If there was a revolution against the ultra rich, against the rich, you are small enough so that they would start with you, bro. They would start with you. Elon should give me $1 billion. The problem is that he can't. He could give you, probably could give you that in stocks. I'm gonna be straight up honest. I don't even think he has it as like a liquid form of money. Like he can't just go up to to his bank account and just pull that out. If he was able to. I think this is mostly just in stocks and things he actually physically owns, not gonna lie. Because that way they can't tax him.
There was obviously the backlash, but other streamers also reacted to it.
Jesus, that's tough. I don't really get it. So what happens if you're rich and then you somehow get richer? You're automatically bad. You know what, chat? I think this is like some brain rot. No disrespect. It's all good.
So XQC brings up a great point. Since Pokimane is already rich and owns companies, let's say one of her companies all of a sudden is worth 200 to 300 mil. Now she may be the ultra rich that she's been talking about, but are we supposed to now hate her? It doesn't make any sense.
I'm not mad at Poki or anything. I just think that I don't think it makes you. So if you make a company.
I just think she's retarded. I think that's the simple. You know, if somebody says stupid shit, they might just be retarded. That's the explanation for everything. I feel like she's trying so hard to be the girl next door, but she isn't. It's frustrating how she's trying to much so much to avoid saying, yeah, I'm rich girl, you are rich, not only in friends, but also in money. Just accept it. Very true. No one in the world needs $1 billion. Well, need not. But he has it, and it's his, so he can keep it. I don't think there should be a limit on how much money you can have. I think there should be a limit on what you can spend it. Or like, yeah.
And it makes $100 million. You're chilling, but then something takes off while you're on vacation. Some guy makes a new product in your company. They invent the cheese taco, okay? And then your Taco Bell becomes a billionaire venture. Now you're a billionaire. Now you're a bad person?
XQC wasn't the only streamer that reacted to this clip. Other streamers like Sneeko
Not the cook. Not the cook! Get the chair out!
also had choice words.
Aren't you the rich? No! Like the ultra rich.
Shut the f up! No! I'm just like you poor people! On a yacht drifting through Paris making millions of dollars. Shut the f up. If you're gonna eat the rich, you gotta eat yourself.
I think Pokimane's fake relatability
I mean, I don't like him, but I must agree with him here. I must agree with him here. He isn't wrong. If she says eat the rich, you gotta start with yourself. Hand it over. I'm poor. Hand over some money.
is what pisses people off the most, because she quite literally makes more a month than people will make in a few years. And yet somehow she has the audacity to come on the internet talking about wealth disparity. And it's the fact that she's low-key trying to reject the notion that she's actually rich as well, because she never admitted it even in the clip. The first time Jason asks if she's rich, she just outright says no.
Aren't you the rich?
No!
What on earth?
You know how quickly she said that? You know how quick that came out of like immediately. While Sneaker's recording this video, his girlfriend is getting back shots. When XQC and even the cock understands that what the issue is, you are just retarded. I don't know who bro is, but he's right. Sneaker is a red pill dude that's also likes to watch his girl get back shots.
Earth do you mean no? And then the second time, when Jason clarifies that she is the rich, once again she deflects, talking about being rich in friendship.
The billionaires.
'Cause you are rich.
The Bezos.
You can't be saying that.
I am. I'm rich in friendship.
Yes.
Bro, just admit the fact that you're rich. It's just weird mind games that don't really make any sense. After this clip gained a lot more traction and a lot of people started hating on her, Pokimane finally released a tweet that says, "There's been a lot of opinions about me on Twitter recently, and I just want to thank people who read past the headlines and see me for who I truly am. I appreciate y'all so."
I see you for who you really are. You are retarded. That's what I see you for. You're like a commie. You are a commie that is rich, which is a complete oxymoron. That makes no sense. That's what you're doing. The most alpha male thing is watching your girl get ducked by other alpha males. So true. Nah. I lose every respect for it. I lose respect for every man that does that watches or even listens. Not just watches, listens. But technically, if you watch Korn, there's technically also some form of being a cuck in a way. Like a baby version.
So much. And I'm guessing she's talking about reading past the headlines of her not being rich, I guess. She then addressed all this stuff on a live stream she did, but she didn't really say too much.
It's weird to think about how many people have opinions about me, especially people who've probably like never consumed any of my content, which is understandable. Like that's just what happens probably when you're online for so long. But my main point is actually, as much as sometimes it bothers me to feel like my name is known in circles that I don't affiliate with or that are not a part of my community, the upside is...
You have no community. You have dudes paying you that think that they have a chance, but they don't. At least you're not doing the girlfriend experience, but you call your own viewers broke when they can't pay you for your really bad cookies. For your, 3.2 out of 10 cookies. That's pretty much. You gather more alpha energy from the alpha males and learn from them. You know what's even more alpha male? Alpha males doing it with each other. A communist benefiting from a capitalist society. So true. I can bring up Hassan here. Mr. Eat the rich, but yo, I'm rich as hell. I'm buying a mansion.
Sometimes I'll bring such nice people to my defense and I'm like I'm shocked. My heart is warm. I am flattered when I see people stand up for me that I never expect to, especially other streamers and stuff. You know what I mean? Kason just said he wants to do a Pokethon. I was in the middle of something.
Is this a pity party or ego stroke?
Both. Yeah, It's a Gundam did a lot of work. Broke that woman so often. Incredibly based.
Yeah, people just don't like Pokimane. There was also another post she did a few days before this one that went viral, and the post was just a picture of her face that said Angie, and that spawned a lot of people in that were just talking about her age.
This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun, incredibly fun.
And look, I personally didn't see anything wrong with it, but I guess people are mad that when you're almost 30, you shouldn't be posting stuff like this.
Major news for the unemployed today. So Pokimane posted this picture saying Angie, and it's this like puppy dog face that she was making. People have been cooking her non-stop for this post, saying you aren't a little girl anymore, you're old. Why can't streamers act like adults?
These mean comments then led to Pokimane making a response on her Twitter that says, I got a weird influx of weirdos commenting on my age, lol. To be honest, I find it so dumb. At 28, I'm the happiest, richest, most knowledgeable, and self-assured I've ever been. And that only becomes more true with every year that passes.
If you have to make a post saying that you're the happiest, richest, and most knowledgeable and self-assured you've ever been, that does sound very insecure, because if you actually were that, at least self-assured, you wouldn't address it, you would just ignore it. I feel like. Which one is it, woman? Well, she's not rich. Did you hear it? She's not rich.
And overall, this seems like a decent response. I don't have many complaints for it. However, one person had a lot of complaints. So many complaints that they decided to write a 700-word Twitter response to this tweet. And I only know it's 700 words because I plugged it into ChatGPT.
Bro, okay. I can't understand if you're upset. But writing a fucking essay is a bit much. That's a bit much. 739 words is a bit much. You were not supposed to write an essay. Calm down, bro. It's not that, it's deep, but not that deep.
The response starts off as, you're 28 and main, not 18, not 80. You can tell this is serious because he used her real name and not Pokimane. It's time to lock in. But every year, you get more self-assured and somehow less self-aware. This isn't growth, it's arrested development in HD. Streaming hours at a time, daily, since adolescence didn't empower you, it just froze you in digital puberty. You talk like a life coach, post like a thirst trap, and react like a teenager whose ego is held together by brand deals and soft lighting. This isn't harassment, it's grown adults pointing out that grown adulthood doesn't look like this. And if life really gets better every year, why do you still act like you're one comment away from spiraling into a subtweet? Yeah guys, I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but I think in general there's a healthy amount of hating on someone you can do, but I feel like this exceeds that just by a little bit.
Bro, he really just wants to wanted to absolutely annihilate this woman. Bro was so ready to roast her. This is crazy. That's a violation I would not take. Like, it's like a massive forehead, land an airplane on it. Yeah, it's like Dr. Disrespect when people would point out how he cheated on his wife beforehand. He would throw around how he has money, call it his greatest achievement. Yeah, the greatest achievement is betraying your wife and child. With a minor, mind you.
And somehow, this response has double the likes of the actual post and 14 million views. I think it's safe to say that employment is definitely needed.
That is a diabolical ratio. If it's double the amount of likes, that is a diabolical ratio. This is evil. That was insane. That is insane. Bro, for real. Bro, for real. Bro killed this woman. Not gonna lie. Based. Absolutely based W video. So true.